Put it on hard. It's gonna leave if you don't put it on hard.
In today's video, we are going to talk about the media is shamelessly copying of Gavin Newsom. CNN is drooling all over him like he's already president. And then you have MSNBC calling his trolling during disasters brilliant. And the media, well, they're praising him for raising millions off of all those little things. Like, that's just and like, you're going to see his Let's go first.
Train this morning.
Yeah, they're great players, right? And Janice enjoyed himself. He could always win, but they kept firing from him. And the job for him, we have a long way to go before 2028 to be able to sort of follow this energy and see and he needs it with the primary in the states. We don't even know which states will be pretty well pissed off in 2028. The Democratic primary states, that's his talent. He's coming up for that. He's joined. Yeah, and the California Democratic seems to be like all this really shifted from capability towards this 2020 again, California Democratic is number one above Kamala Harris state polls and then more this is possible for the Democratic team and Kamala Harris himself. Does that translate outside of California?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what media all what that said. Definitely don't want to keep it out. But that's not a really good time. But the media like that, don't really know.
Democrats like Democrats. They beat them because Gavin Newsom supposedly stops Kamala Harris. Like, that makes president serious. Folks, these polls do absolutely nothing. Statements about how we get away from legislators to from Golden State to Tennessee. If a CEO ran into a practice, he fired. But in Democrat politics, well, they go up. They become leaders. It's cleverly dressed up as leaders. And if you want to make a shameless, wait to see how innocent Senators trolling all the disasters as some type of clever leadership.
The origin story of Gavin Newsom. salty online trolling. Tell us about it. So Gavin Newsom's trolling has broken through. Now the question is why more of the Democrat pushback broken through, and why does his, right? And I think that what we discovered was that this started during the primaries in California when Trump in one narrative, much of it dicey or unfactual at best. We needed to get out, just the sort of nuts and bolts of what to do next with the fire. And they found that there was this sort of vacuum of information that they needed to tell. And so then they got more creative, and then ultimately they did this sort of satirical thing of making fun of Trump's rhetorical style, making fun of his writing, and that is sort of how we got there.
I mean, look at that.
Right.
It's amazing. The first time I saw it, we started this, it was on Monday. I hadn't seen the couple of them.
Right.
Just by themselves. Like,
This actually makes my blood boil. MSNBC says Bruce's salty online trolling broke through during California wildfires. But let's remember what that means. While families were losing their homes, an entire towns were burning. Their partner was trolling on Trump. And the media opposed. They call that no, that's negligence. That's abandonment. Leadership in crisis is about action, not Twitter likes. But for Democrats, as long as you insult Trump, well, the media will have your ear. But trolling, there was this quick phone. CNN will show you how each are headed to cold-hard action.
And we need to stand up to the military. We need to stand up in this moment. If you've got issues with what I'm putting out, you sure as hell should have concerns about what he's putting out as president.
you have noticed a certain politician lighting up social media with all the partisan tirades written in all caps, no less. Nope, not President Trump, but Gavin Newsom, California Democratic governor, was recently combative for Trump. So, the picture when big like that was right. So just take a look at some of the tweets here, all capital letters, Trump and very Trump-like. It's obviously trying to goad Trump and get attention. Successful tactic.
It's certainly working for Newsom, right? I mean, if you look at the fundraising, I believe he raised over $6 million in the first week of making this redistricting announcement. So he's getting attention. He's developing a small dollar donor base. In other words, those are things you need to have if you want to run for president. The thing is, for Newsom, it feels like he's kind of been all over the map this year, right? If you remember back to the beginning of the year after Trump was elected, he launched a new podcast, had on people like Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon. So it sort of feels like he's trying to find his footing as to what direction he's trying to go.
CNN actually celebrates that Gavin Newsom raised $6 million in a week by rage posting in all caps. Not by fixing homelessness, not by making California livable again, but by screaming online. Folks, I think this is a scam. Cosplay Trump, cash in, and let the media package it as strength. Meanwhile, everyday Californians, they can afford gas, can't afford rent, can't afford safety in their own neighborhoods. But he's fundraising like a champ, so what does that matter? I think it's an absolute joke. And speaking of fundraising, this reminds me of this.
Kind of embarrassing. And I said, look at that. That's and then when the satire really started coming through, it was a couple of things. One was, again, how would you really find this? And please forgive me, Democrats, for listening, but Democratic politicians are some of the least humorous people on the planet. They've always been so easy. When I was Republican, it was always too easy. Barely, seriously, bring me somebody that's like tough to fight. No, you've got that there, and
If you're civilized entirely laws like this, support independent voices like ours. Check out our news story at realmoney.com. You go loud and every purchase, it helps us continue exposing misinformation. The link is in the description box.
when it's clips of people from right-wing outlets attacking gatherings, do you know what they look like? They look like Democrats going, what? What? it's like, oh my God, he has actually caused Republicans to act like Democrats.
The question is, if this breaks through, what does that mean? And again, the politician not without this problem, and I think what I'm trying to talk more about is communications. And then also, that he sort of, he's falling right into some merchandise that is so personally on every side.
Is he son?
Well, first of all, a couple right after the elements what's right after. Right, like 3 hours later, Newsom is telling it's Newsom what's right about everything. You know, there's just a lot of switching. The question is, and it's a real question when you talk about this sort of rising authoritarianism, this beautiful evil of it being a sort of, that changes on it.
Over Gavin Newsom's son wants to say this is all about what is highly important dysfunction. Their governor is literally nothing versus they're still posting it for being extremely they have to see that's Trump extreme tensions, and the reason it's funny is because Trump discussing different stories.
There's a good point because during the podcast, it's like trans women playing it's sports, no sports. Now this is a very just a bad on Trump now.
Yeah, it seems, I think that's a good point I just made. It seems that trying to get around what message translates and what I think a lot of politics coming up in our current the landscape is different messages on different mediums reach different types of people, different types of voters. And so you can see it's in a certain way on social media, not just to control Trump, but also to the enthusiasm from a certain segment of the Democratic base that wants to see fighters. But then he goes on a certain type of podcast and does it a little bit different because he knows the listeners of that content are a little bit different. And then when he's speaking to different kinds of like $5 donors in a private fundraiser, that message might be even different from the previous two. And that's kind of modern politics of he's playing the game, but I think he is also trying to figure out what works.
This is a classic political problem. Actually, Gavin Newsom's podcast, he's calm and moderate, and part of what we know is three versions of the same thing. None of them are easy, but he'll say whatever it takes to whoever is in the room, just to climb higher. And what does MSNBC call all of this? It's smart policy. You know, it's manipulation. It's deception. It's that this man is one artist and others. And the most infuriating part about this is that the media and what they say is it. And you are not going to believe this.
He took on the president in the redistricting fight, as we've all talked about here around the table repeatedly say, it is really working for the party. The parties have been great fit. The party wants this fight. The Gavin Newsom is channeling that anger and energy right now. And so he's going to keep doing it.
He's got protection from the media. He's gone after Fox News hosts, Sean Hannity talking about it, and Dana Reno talking about him. And his Politico article says that Newsom's holding a mirror up to MAGA. MAGA doesn't like this.
Yeah, like figured out how to get attention, and that's something that's really important when you want to run for president. The question is, how does this play out over the next few years? Because it's on set, we've got a long way to go here.
Yeah, we certainly do, and we'll see. But the ballot initiative, district fight, assuming it goes smooth, perhaps win for him, but potentially if it goes south, then that could be a big problem. So, as you said, a lot of questions ahead. Mark 28, but we'll be here to dissect all for you.
Here's the projection in its purest form. MSNBC and CNN claim that Gavin Newsom is by a vote. This is the guy who locked down the state. Crush small businesses, churches, and He is authoritarianism.
Get your
He
hands
is the whole of the state. The media is this is why all this CNN touching up a fake parliament. And this is crazy and the innocence looking at this work hustle. Folks, this is what take a failed gun, polish them up, and sell them. This is a dangerous thought. That's like what their news White House public. And this is what Democrats are going to do. If you don't want to hit subscribe, drop a comment, don't forget to check out our merch store if you love it. Support the channel. Spread the truth. It's super powerful because news is guys. And lives in your actions.
You're going down! Get your head down! You're wide open! Hold it down! I have to reload! It's cool! Shit! You know that? Typical fucking asshole!
Let's kind of go to his Twitter account. And by the way, this is this leading eyeballs from his Twitter account. It's not like it's not working. Let me put this up there saying the pizza shop is now open. Look at the hats that he's got. It's literally everything that Trump does. He got it. He was right about everything. That's Trump said that it was worth this last week. Trump is not a real patriot. Newsom, 2026, even if he's not running in 2026. Go a little bit more. One five, taking shots at everybody. Okay? He said he sold $100,000 worth of what Donald Trump was. What was he saying? Donald Trump was president during the last census. Okay, so he's talking about the census. Every chance he gets, what's in is see where somebody is calling him out. So the question becomes, is it working? Is it not working? What area of the net would be that? By the way, like the news or not, so go ahead and play this.
Officer wounded. We have a man down.
50% in terms of the number of followers. It's not just on Twitter. X for news is gaining. Even on TikTok, there's followers of over 1 million since January. Almost registration. And more than that. What about Google? What about the search? Yes, it's daily Google searches for Gavin Newsom up like a rock. What are we talking about? One of 1,300%. Compared to August 1st, look at that, 500%. The bottom line is, in politics, especially if you're thinking of entering in 2028, it's all about generating attention. And so far, Gavin Newsom's done a good job of generating attention.
Yeah.
Do Democrats want to go? Democrats want to. Of course they do.
I thought you was out there doing some, getting ready to go out there and have the Dunkin'. So that wasn't you down there then.
They're not, we don't need to. Well, no, we have friends that are just big. We have one friends that are, what they are is, okay, if they keep voting for the Apple, we can't call them stupid. Like, we can't tell people they're stupid. But there are people
Yeah, you can.
that are born in a certain way, and they become Democrats, okay? You know, like, I'm sitting there right now, and I'm watching this video, Vinny, which is about parenting. And I'm going to play the clip here in a few minutes. I didn't even find a way to go to it. I just want to make sure we're not going out there calling all these guys dumb, stupid, all this other stuff. I had a girl in my office one time. She's the spouse of one of our guys, ex-spouse.
Man, fuck all the bullshit. They stupid. Don't play no game. Tell the truth.